Meeting to order. Would you please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, good evening. Thank you for coming. We'll start with our roll call. Patrice Scott is here. Tom McLaughlin.
He's here too.
Okay, Butch Cushing. All right, David Kent.
Here.
Okay, and Stephanie Halter is excused. So I would just, so we have 4 members, which is a quorum. We don't have a problem, but we can ask. All right, last meeting, we didn't have a quorum of the board that met, so I think the same thing is happening for April 2nd. We'll have to pass over those minutes because we don't have the 3 people here. But I would ask everyone if they had a chance to look through our minutes of November 12th.
Yep, I did.
I didn't see any problems. Anybody?
Recommend
Any
approving the
changes
minutes.
or, yeah, okay.
Second.
Tom and Dave, okay. All in favor? Aye. Bless you.
Oh, excuse me.
I was here, so.
Oh, you weren't here, so Butch
Yeah.
abstained.
Will you be here in April?
No, the next one I wasn't here and Butch was.
Yeah, so we can't do April 2nd. All right, we'll pass over that. Let me just circle that, so passed over. All right. So we are here for a public hearing of case number 213031, special exception 12319, a request by Mountain Village Charter School through their agent Frank McLean for a special exception under Article 3, Section 304, Zone Objectives and Land Use Controls, under our Table of Uses of the Plymouth Zoning Ordinance, to allow an educational establishment, a charter school, in the agricultural and the industrial commercial development zones identified as a special exception use. Okay, so I would call the applicant forward.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Frank.
Frank?
Good to meet everybody. Yeah,
Okay.
Frank. And I'm here to answer any questions you might have for this application.
Okay.
Where'd you like to start? A brief
Yeah, just a
narrative
brief.
of what what's happening?
Sure, that would be great.
So, if you're not familiar, we're currently operating just on the other side of the Rotary by the 9th State. We're leasing land. We have 2 campuses. We have the lower L building and the upper L building. And it splits our campus in 2, so we don't have everybody under one roof. And for 5 years, we've been discussing a permanent home, somewhere that we can call right in this Plymouth area, the everything under one roof area. So we're kind of reverse engineering where we are, and this is one of the criteria that we need to check off the list to see if this is not a break point. If this isn't approvable, then we'd just stop everything. We'd no longer go forward with trying to find the funding for this location, etc. Okay.
Okay, so what, your buildings right now, are they trailers, are they?
We have one modular, that houses our lower L, and then we're in the 9th State building. We
okay.
rent
Yeah, okay.
most of that building. So we have a fixed campus, and then we have the modulars. Now, the intent of the modulars were that they would be temporary, and that we were investigating building on that parcel, but the ledge up there is pretty cost prohibitive. So
Okay. And is
So
this?
what are you proposing here? What are you proposing, like a 100 by 100 building, a new structure?
yeah, about just under 10,000 square feet would be what we're looking at. 100 by 100 is easy to imagine because it's
Yeah.
a nice square building.
Yep, and that would be, what, a wood frame or a metal frame or what?
So we're at that, ideally, we're looking at cost restrictions. We want something that's going to fit the environment, of course, along with our guidelines for education. So something that's inviting, contemporary, 21st century learning environment, right?
Nice.
Most of our learning a lot of our learning, I'm not going to say most, but a lot of our learning is actually done outside. So the inside is, we have to address that, but a lot of our time is spent outside and we use the outside as our classroom.
Great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a ton of the time. That's the model of the school.
And could I ask, Mr. McLean, and excuse my fuzzy memory, but is this the Montessori school?
It's Montessori, that's our
Base, yeah.
base.
Okay.
And then it's nature, I guess we could call infused. So it's really one of it's the first in the state, one of the only in the nation that have both of those criteria. And we're public as well.
Right,
We're
okay.
fully public. It's open to anybody who wants to enroll.
Right, and what grades do you have?
We do 1st through 8th grade, and that's where we cap it at 8th.
Okay.
And then the students who are tuitioned from all around the state, the majority of Grafton County is where we pull all of our students. They will go to their respecting higher education learning, whatever that is.
Great.
Their
Can you
next
explain your maps?
Yep, sure. However you want to do it.
How long have you been operating out there?
This is our 5th year.
5th year?
Yeah, this is our 5th full year there.
That's impossible.
And how many students? I know it was
So we'll cap at, I think it's the head of school wasn't able to make it tonight, unfortunately. I think it's 130 is the cap. And right now I think we're enrolled at about 110. So, I mean, I gave the handouts.
Yep.
Do you want a handout? Yeah, of course. So you can see the location where it is in town. It's out in the west here. And again, it's not even within, a half a mile where we currently are. So that is really good for all of our current families. And then this is on the tax map here. You can see the parcel.
Oh, yeah.
And that surrounds what would be the old Sears building, which is now the Cozy Cabin Furniture building.
Right.
And it is the outer, we call it the donut. It's more of a, whatever you want to call it. But it's bordered by that brook there, which is, what is that brook called?
Millbrook.
Whoa.
It says right on the map that you gave us.
I can't read that well. So Millbrook, and then the baker in the back. And we have small parcel down here to the west that abuts the road. And then to the east is where we would have our driveway. And that's where we would be situating the building. Everything on the northern side of this brook would be what we would consider outdoor classroom space. Because to develop that for any kind of permanent structure would be cost prohibitive. We hate to say impossible because we know that there's certain things that can be done, but yeah, it would be cost prohibitive for us to try to put a bridge to have any kind of access for vehicles down there. So that will be all foot traffic and outdoor learning spaces.
How wide is, pardon me?
Okay, so where are we here again now? This is where the old Sears is, number 30?
Number
Yes.
30?
30, yeah.
Yeah. So you're up the road a little bit from that. What's this curl in front of the place? Is it a proposed driveway?
We're number 31, and that's the
Yeah.
proposed driveway.
Okay, and so that's B, and then C is the building you're proposing. Yep, that's right. And I think so.
C is the building, and that is really, we had some
Sure.
conceptual drawings that were drawn up 5 years ago. We had some grant money with the startup, the seed
Yep.
money they call it, and we employed some people to develop a conceptual design on the other parcel.
Yeah.
So we have some conceptual designs for what the building would look like,
Oh, good, yeah.
but those are really, I didn't want to commit to showing you
No,
those.
sure, I
solely
understand that.
because we're still in the developmental phase of, again, working backwards from what's available for monies.
So, and where's this setback? Where's this, that he needs special exception, Brian? Is
It's-
it from the setback?
No, the setback is the use.
Yeah,
It's a special exception use in the ag and ICD zones.
Oh, it's just the use?
Just the use.
Oh, okay, that's, okay, I
Yeah.
did catch that. Yeah, well,
So, and a little bit more, we've met with DOT, and
Yeah.
they've said that it's okay for us to do this. They've done the legwork for a driveway. We've had our perk tests done, and we are okay for a septic system because we're not charged with hooking into
Oh, great.
the water sewer because they're a pressurized line there and they
'Cause
don't
they're
want to backfill with the
Yeah.
valve failure of the school. And then the same with the water, it actually stops up by Wilson Tire, which is way up
Oh,
here.
so you're gonna have your own water there?
So we'll have our own well, so there'll be no real municipality or the water district issues.
Yeah.
We're already on Route 25, so we're not having any, introduction of any kind of extra plowing or anything or travel on a town road. And then we're also already in Plymouth, so those other services like fire department and everything, we're already.
It's a stupid question, but somebody's gotta ask them, what about the kids running out into the street?
Yeah, so this is not a real good representation, but currently we are even closer on the road at our current building at 9th State. So,
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, the 9th State
And
building.
I can't even see that from
State.
the road, you gotta look back to that.
So that's our upper location.
Oh, I see, this
And
scale's
again,
really huge, so you've actually got you're back 100 feet or so.
I'm not sure exactly,
That's right,
but there,
yeah.
if you drive by there, you'll see that kind of in line with where the rock barn is,
Yeah,
the old Arlen
Yep.
farms, yeah.
Yeah.
There's also a rock wall that's kind of like the old Route 25 delineator, and we really want to incorporate that into our design of the school. So that rock wall would continue to be there and kind of be that
oh,
don't
nice.
go that way
Oh, nice.
type sentiment,
Yeah,
but also for its physical features of how beautiful it is, right? We want to keep those types of things.
Yeah.
So our driveway would work around that. Our parking would work around that. Really, again, the purpose of this is that it's a stopping point. If we can't get the exception, then no sense in pursuing
yeah.
it.
Okay, Dave, did you have a question?
I love to talk, so.
What?
Any questions you have?
Have any questions?
No, I don't.
Okay. How about you, Tom? You good?
Nope, I'm good. Yep,
All
thank
right.
you.
Well, thank you.
Easy.
Yep,
I
thank
guess
you.
I could ask one.
Ask as many.
Here we
Do you have
go.
to get a special exception to be where you are now?
No. No. Those buildings were all, well, except for the modular, because it's not a permanent structure, I would imagine, it wouldn't need to have any exception up there.
Trying to remember, they came before the board for something, the Montessori school, and whether it was, I know it had something to do with the driveway. My memory's just not that
It
good.
might have been for the use.
For the use, yeah.
Because that is ag zone. I wasn't doing
Right.
this at
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah,
Sharon
I'm
did
pretty
it, but
sure
I
it
don't think
was-
she would
That all
have missed
predates
that.
me.
Similar,
as well.
yeah. But I know,
That's what they-
Yeah.
No, none really.
yeah,
I mean, other than the fact that this is split zone, but it's special exception on both sides, so you might as well treat it as one.
right. Okay, well, I will then open the public hearing and ask if there's anybody who would like to speak in favor of the proposal, or if there's anybody who would like to speak in opposition. And not seeing anybody, any neutral comments or inquiries, we're happy to ask. Okay, nobody. So I would close the public hearing and then just ask our members if anybody has any more questions, or we can start making findings of fact.
Brian, did we hear anything from any of the abutters or anything?
We
Do we
did
have any
not.
letters?
No correspondence. A fellow came in just to ask me general questions today, who owns the property to the west. Just wondering, what was going on, because I guess he had talked to Colby before about acquiring it. And Colby had had his own plans a year ago, which I guess he abandoned. But nothing substantial, and they thought it's Dean Kennison, actually, thought it was a good use, because it preserves it as it is, except for where the school building and the parking will be. Will that be asphalted?
No,
Okay.
no,
Okay, let's write that
at
down.
least that's not the plan. Yeah, we want to have as little impact as possible. I mean, that's really in the model of the school, is as little impact as possible.
Would it be, what did you say, Ryan?
If we would pave the
Would be
driveway and the
what?
parking lot.
Asphalted, paved.
Asphalt, oh, I see.
Okay. Dave?
I think I think there should be a condition that if it doesn't happen within a certain period of time, that the special exception goes away. And a new person.
That might anyhow after
Yeah,
a year,
it does.
doesn't it?
I know, but sometimes those things just
Yeah, I
don't
get the
happen.
idea, yeah.
Isn't it 2 years now,
I
Ryan?
think they raised it to 2.
Yeah, we raised it to 2, I believe, at town meeting. So if somebody doesn't make any progress or significant progress, they have to come back.
But certainly, you could put your own timeline on that, closer, at least for notification, if you wished.
Okay, but just knowing, is that what you'd be
I
interested
want
in
a
doing?
condition on the approval, that if it isn't begun within a year,
Then they have to reapply entirely.
Have to reapply? What are other
This
people?
use- this
So,
use-
yeah, but wait, so if he hires a land planner and they go out and they drill some wells, is he okay on that? He's acted on that?
Substantial compliance for vesting would be excavation,
Yeah.
putting in the infrastructure, but not putting up the building, say. So you have the roads, you have the well drilled, and suddenly you run out of money.
Okay.
That's right on the
Is that what you
line.
intended?
No, my major concern is that if it doesn't happen, that this use is extinguished, and whoever is gonna use it, or sell it, or buy it, or whatever happens in the future, would have to come to the board and say, here's what we wanna do with the property, that's all.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you could do that by, I mean, what if it was another school? Just,
This is a use,
yeah, but if it was another school that came forward,
if it started within,
oh, so it's that, or, yes, sure. I don't know that
This
you
is
could do it any
specific.
sooner than 2 years.
Yeah,
I'm willing to go with the 2 years.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, that's
I just
plenty
don't
of
think
time.
the
You
use-
just want it noted in the
Yeah, I
record.
thought you were talking a
The use
year.
should be transferable.
No, I agree.
That's all.
Yeah,
And
I don't believe it is transferable. This is, we're approving this
could be.
specific
Depends, yeah.
project.
variances are, special
Yeah,
exceptions are
variances
if
run
they were
with
gonna
the
step
land.
right into his
Yeah.
footprints
No,
and buy this.
variances run with the land, but a
Right.
special exception, we're considering this application for this school that's been operating for 5 years. It's a known quantity.
Yes.
And they're just asking to move. So I do not believe that would be transferable, but we could ask the lawyer about that.
But
I know
you cut all
variances
that
run with the
across
land.
with just putting that condition in there.
Yeah, I just think the 2 years, that's what the people voted for at town meeting to do it, because I guess so many people didn't get everything in order within the 1 year, so the 2 years seemed to be more reasonable. So I would just favor, going with what the laws, the local ordinance has already approved. And
okay.
maybe as a condition, the condition probably that it's non-transferable. And
Without the
on
person
approval of
without the
town
new
council.
person coming here. Without the new person.
Yeah, without a new person, because, that's what we're approving. This is a known quantity, and, so, okay, why don't we make some findings? Let's see, what do we say here?
Looks like there's plenty of acreage out there.
Oh, it's beautiful.
All right,
I
yeah.
walked it and I said, my
What
goodness.
if you got this side of the river? What's that, like about a 30-acre piece?
So 1.3
No,
acres.
it's, this side of the river is
We're
probably,
carrying on a conversation here.
Right.
Oh, I'm sorry, okay, yeah,
you're
excuse
right.
me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all right, well,
Okay,
why don't we,
I think that there's adequate space.
okay, so we're trying to find facts here, so, proposed site is 1.3 acres,
no,
No,
no?
nope, it's,
36.
35.
I'm looking at my minutes, sorry. What is the acreage?
36.
36, okay.
How about the DOT has approved
Yes, that's a good one.
the entrance and exit?
DOT has approved,
That's all pending the official application with them.
right,
So I had
They've
the,
done their field work.
yes, you can, yeah.
driveway.
Call that approvable?
Yeah, let's see, DOT has preliminarily approved
That's a good one.
the driveway concept, how about that?
They'll be supplying their own water.
Is a business that currently exists in town?
Yes, business has existed
5 years.
for 5 years.
Yep, 5 years.
Butch added supplying own water.
Oh, yeah.
And sewer.
And so,
And, I'm sorry, and
Sewer.
sewer.
And sewer?
Okay. Okay. What else did we say?
Did they do a well test? Or you just?
Did not do the well test, no.
Okay, let's see, what else is on here?
I think you should put in there, they already have a client base of 110 students.
Mm-hmm.
At a
One,
site that's less than a half a mile away.
yeah, 110 students attend. Okay, what else did we have here?
You got there, 1, 2, 3, we got 5.
I'm sorry?
You got 5 already? We got
Oh,
5.
5 facts?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Oh, how about no plans to asphalt?
Oh, yeah, if you're gonna do that, then I was gonna say the site does, they take advantage of the natural delineation on the site with the rock wall.
Mm-hmm. Of natural.
I always like to put historical.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay,
you gotta have in there that the plan is yet to go to the planning board.
right, and that's, they will be going to the planning board, right? Okay. All right, anything else? I think that's good. We can go down through our exceptions. Number 1, the proposed use shall be only those allowed in this ordinance by special exception. Start with Tom.
Yes?
Yes.
Did we have a fact that this is gonna be used for an educational institution?
Should we have a
We should have
condition?
a fact
Yeah,
that says
okay.
that.
Okay, what do we have?
We had school in town for 5 years. I don't,
No, no, I
if we
mean,
want,
the new thing is going to be school.
Okay,
We haven't said that.
okay, proposed site is 36 acres. Proposed use is,
Education facility.
It requires a special exception.
yes, is an educational facility. Okay, and let me cite that.
It was supposed to be like the first one.
Like to cite this ordinance section, what is it, 3?
304?
Yes. Let's get that right.
We're up to 7.
yeah,
Never find it when I
3304.
want it. Yeah, section 304,
Oh,
we'll cite that, Brian, okay?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so the proposed use shall be only those allowed in ordinance. I have Tom, yes, Patrice, yes?
True.
True.
Okay,
Yes.
true. Yep, all right, unanimous. Number 2, the specific site is an appropriate location and of adequate size for the use.
yes?
I say true?
True.
True, okay, and we can cite that it's on, how many acres did we say?
36.
36 acres. Okay. The use, as developed, will not adversely affect the character of the area in which the use will be located.
True.
True?
True.
True.
Okay. And number 4, there will be no nuisance or serious hazard to vehicles or pedestrians.
True.
I would say that's true, as we've had no issues in the last 5 years in a very similar situated area.
True.
True.
Okay. Number 5, the use will not place excessive or undue burden on town services and facilities.
That's true. It's already
that- yep.
right up the street they're running it, so.
Right, and true, and also because they're providing their own water and sewer.
True.
True.
All right. And number 6, there would be no significant effect resulting from such use upon the public health, safety, and general welfare of the neighborhood in which the use would be located.
True.
I say that's true.
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 All right. We have unanimous findings on the 6 criteria, so I would entertain a motion.
I move we pass it as proposed,
Second,
with the condition.
I'll second it.
okay. Tom, with the condition that
Use is not transferable.
use is not transferable without return to the board.
And you don't worry about expires, we're gonna let that be,
Expires in 2
that's the,
years.
that expires in 2 years, okay.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right. We've got it, all right.
Well,
So
this one didn't stop you.
Nope.
No, not the next one. We're looking good.
Consider it.
You're looking better than you think. I think the planning board
Yeah,
would
we had
really like
a
it.
nice meeting with USDA on Monday, and
Great.
they're all for it.
This is an education community.
Yeah, yes, it is. I think it's great. It's a nice option for people.
We would do,
All right, so let's see, do we have any unfinished business? Well, it's still writing, so I don't think we have anything.
Oh, I'm sorry, Madam
That's
Chair.
okay. No, go
No
ahead.
correspondence. I just wanted to get the condition right.
Yeah, just,
The use is not transferable after the expiration date. Was
right.
that the-
It's not transferable and expires in 2 years.
Not transferable, and it expires in 2 years.
And it expires. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, because that's a difference, and they've been operating very well out there.
Oh yeah, we
No
love it.
difficulties.
And Brian has my number on his speed dial.
I do.
Okay,
I'm going to post it
Well,
on the
good luck.
internet when I get home.
yes, good luck, Frank.
I said I'm going to post it on the internet when I get home.
Oh, boy. What's that
Thank you,
called?
Frank.
That's called something when they do it to the Congress people. Good night. All right. Oh,
we-
so, do you want me to
sorry.
do,
I have no correspondence. We do need alternates and members,
yes, so,
as usual.
right, I was going to say thank you to Jack Scarborough for sticking with us for as long as he did, and just anybody who's out there that would like to join the zoning board, we have lots of fun, but it's very helpful to have a few alternates, and it's a great way to get involved with the town. So if we
that's true.
have some volunteers out there, it would be wonderful to train you and have you available. So you can just give Brian a call at Town Hall. All right, and anything else? Good? It is, I would entertain a motion to adjourn at 7:28?
I'll move it.
Okay, Dave, second?
Second.
Butch. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, thanks, everyone.